Hey guys, welcome back to a very quick video. It's kind of like a public service announcement, very quick. I just wanted to share something that one of my clients emailed to me. I had done a video regarding her and her SP that her SP didn't reject her, he redirected her. So then after that video and after our session, she wrote me another follow-up email where she shifted so quickly and saw immediate results with her specific person. So before I get into it, it will be short. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And obviously, if you want me to help you manifest your SP back, email a short description to kim@coreunion.com. Go to the website, coreunion.com, book whatever you want to book. So this is what she wrote. And I know this will inspire a lot of you. Hi, Kim. Thank you so much for the session that we had last whatever day and the video that you created for me. It really did help me see things in a different way, and it was very helpful. Another thing that I manifested by seeing things differently, my mirror soul used to write me a kiss at the end of every message when he wished me good night. And he hadn't done it anymore for a long time. Instead, he only wrote hug, which I saw as confirmation of the old story that he only sees me as a friend. So that obviously isn't true. I said to myself that he will write kiss again. Very good. But last night, he even only wrote sleep well. At first, it triggered me a lot, and I had thoughts like, is he starting to distance himself from me even more, which triggered anxiety. But immediately, I chose to see it differently. And that's what this is all about. She chose to see it differently. She didn't allow her perception of that and the trigger to basically take her. She chose to see it differently, that he loves me and that I don't need a confirmation in a text of that. I felt how my state shifted. And within only 4 minutes, he wrote me another message and said, oops, here's a kiss for the night. So, and then she wrote lots of love. So thank you so much for sending that. So when you have a lot of story around either yourself in love, that when you fall in love you end up getting hurt or rejected or abandoned because of something that happened before you even met your person, or if you have a story of love itself, or when you met your person, something that they said or did, you unintentionally started projecting stuff onto them. It's usually a little bit of a mix of all of what I just mentioned. That is your self concept. That's what makes up your self concept, at least in the area of love and relationships. You also want to look at your self concept from a law of assumption perspective, or call it the law of one, the law of consciousness, the law of belief. That this is the highest level of operation that you want to look at, that you and your reality are one, and everyone in your reality are your divine messengers, just showing you who you are and what you believe. See how she shifted like that, and then her specific person also shifted immediately. Now, let's say that the same exact thing happened, and instead of shifting herself, she stayed in that trigger of anxiety. It is highly likely that he wouldn't have sent that next text with the other message. It's likely that because she would start festering in this fear now of separation and distance, that her mirror soul would end up reflecting that through a lack of communication and less text messages. And maybe even if she kept falling into this trap, it could turn into, what a lot of you guys are nervous and insecure about. There's nothing to be nervous and insecure about. Again, you need to choose love in consciousness. You choose love over fear. And if you have a lot of history or story with your person, you have to see that the two of you together choose love over fear, that the love that you guys share with each other overpowers any of the issues that either one of you ever had. Okay. You want to step into this power of pure, unconditional love, forgiveness when needed, always 100% forgiving your person and forgiving yourself completely, wipe the slate clean, and then make a new decision. Stay clear of the new decision, and then allow yourself to ruminate and dwell in your new decision, in the relationship, and don't get caught up in the middle. One of my other clients recently told me that she read under another content creator's video that someone had commented. And I'll just tell you what the comment was. I didn't watch the video, but she sent me a screenshot of the other person's comment because I said, just send me the, I'm not going to watch, just send me the screenshot. So the screenshot was that somebody had commented under this video and said basically, Neville Goddard never said you have to live from the end. This isn't true. And they actually quoted something incorrectly that was actually completely made up from the story where Neville Goddard's teacher, Abdullah, who was a Jewish rabbi, was teaching him the law of assumption, the law of one, the law of belief, whatever you want to label it. And I believe is there's a lot of Kabbalistic roots to it with a lot of the symbolism, kind of washed out of it. The quote basically that the person said was that Neville Goddard never said that. He said that he was continually visualizing walking up to the plane to go to Barbados. I believe that the person who made that comment probably listened to an AI regenerated, incorrect, bastardized version of that story with Neville Goddard and his teacher, Abdullah. The story actually goes in a nutshell. I don't remember all the details, but it was somewhere in October. I think it was in the 30s or 40s. I think it was like 1933. That date, that year stands out. Neville Goddard had no money and wanted to spend Christmas with his family in Barbados. Abdullah told him, did whatever he taught him and said, you are in Barbados. You are in Barbados. About a month later, somewhere in November, Neville Goddard was concerned and said, I'm no closer to being in Barbados than I was, a month ago. And I think that might be where Abdullah slammed the door. And he said, who said you're not in Barbados? Slammed the door in his face, which was a really good thing. Neville Goddard had to then continue to be in Barbados. So from in October all the way through somewhere in December, Neville Goddard was not visualizing at all seeing himself walk towards an airplane. Neville Goddard was actually falling asleep in Barbados. He was in New York City physically in the 3D, but he was falling asleep in Barbados and feeling himself in Barbados and feeling New York City being thousands of miles away. He did this faithfully every single night. And somewhere in December, Neville Goddard's brother ended up sending him a ticket to spend Christmas with his family. So that's a pure example of living from the end. And it's the same thing with anything that you want to experience in life. In other words, manifestation is simply an experience. It's not a magic trick. It's not woo-woo. It's not voodoo. It's just allowing yourself to experience what's already in your heart and soul, because what's already in your heart and soul does already exist. Please receive the message down below that no matter what it is that you have in your heart and soul, I know that I was created to create in my reality, and everything that I desire is done. And anything else that you want to affirm below, but do receive this message and claim it down below powerfully. If you need me, just reach out. I love you so much. I intend that this helped. Bye.